All right. It is actually showing me online. I cannot believe it. This is a Christmas miracle. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and this is my channel, We Love Comics, and I actually have the capacity of knowing that I am actually online and can see how many people are here to view this video. And as of now, it's showing 0, which is funny because I see a bunch of people already commenting. So before I start, I always say hello to the people that get here early. So the early bird gets the shout out. So Tracy is best. Welcome. Tigger74. Tracy, welcome. Johnny Future, hello. Luis Ramirez, always a pleasure. Florence, always good to see you here. I see a nice conversation has already started. This is nice to see. People are making some predictions. Geoff is here. Welcome. And, of course, today is Wednesday, which means New Comic Book Day. Christopher is here. Jose, Horror Breakdown, Unruly Simon. Welcome, everybody. So we got a lot of people already here. So it's showing that I'm live, but it's not actually registering how many people are watching. So at least we're going in the right direction. But I see there's probably already about 50 comments already. So that's great to see. So we're going to show some books. So Escargot says he's here, so I'm glad you are. Los, welcome. Let me put on the video camera so you can see something more than just a still image. All right, so they're saying it's about 22 people, and I'm showing about 8, so I'm finally starting to register. But hey, you know what? Even if there's one person watching, or if YouTube's hiding 900 people on the sidelines, who cares? I'm just glad you're here to watch it, whether it's live or not. So, today, of course, is New Comic Book Wednesday. There are not a lot of books that I will be showing. Some people made some predictions of things that I have. But the good thing is, when there isn't a lot of books to show, number one, it saves you a lot of money, and number two, I will be doing one of the key or duds today, so make sure you stick around until the end, because if you are here live, you in the comment section, and I always encourage people to take advantage of the chat, you get to pick which box that you pick. Now, normally it's one key or grail, then a decent book, and then a dud. Well, today of the 3 boxes, 2 out of the 3 are key issues. So you have a 66% chance of not seeing one of my socks today. So I got you last time. We'll have to see if I can get you again. Now, one thing I always recommend is communicate with yourselves when you see the boxes and create a dialogue and work as a team and see if you guys can predict which one is not the dud. Now, since you guys haven't been really communicating with each other recently, I've been able to trick you guys, and I'm pretty good at that. So, we'll see if we can change that. All right, so let's get into it. Like some people predicted, I did get some of the Amazing Spider-Mans. Now, they had a lot of different variants, so I only picked one of the variants, and this is Amazing Spider-Man number 9. It's on my pull list, so I get it every time. I really like this cover showing the 90s version of the X-Men, back when, to me, the X-Men were really good. So, you know, $3.99, not bad. Story's been pretty decent, can't complain. Now, normally I don't get this many variants, but they put them in my pull list. So, you know, I wanted to honor them, but this is Fantastic Four, issue number 3. For a regular cover, I don't know, I really like the artistry of this. It's very simple. It's almost like a painting, but I really like that cover. So to me, it's still worth getting at this point. We'll see how it continues. I'll tell you this much: if they reboot it again, you know, I'm pretty much done with that stuff. But I got 2 of these because, again, these are on my pull list. This is not my favorite. You know, one of the things I like about it is with the white background, it does make the centerpiece stand out. Not too crazy about this one, but like I said, they had it on my pull list, so I don't want to be a jerk, but I think I'm going to be changing that soon. And then actually a third one, so yeah, I went a little crazy on this, but again, because it was on my pull list, I'm going to honor it. This is still Fantastic Four, issue number 3, and this isn't a 1 in 20 or 1 in 50 or anything like that. It's just cover C or cover B, so it's the same price, and it's not some kind of like key issue virgin variant, but cover's pretty decent. Another one that I get, and I've been really enjoying this storyline, and so have a lot of people, the Venom series. This is issue number 8, still $3.99, which is a, you know, Christmas miracle at this point. So that's the regular one. And this is one that I really like. Again, I guess they're doing the theme of the X-Men, which you will not see here. I did not pick up any of the copies of that new X-Men. Now, I'm just sharing my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. For $7.99, I don't care that it's bigger and all that other stuff. You know, back in the days, they can have like 85-page giants for like 25 cents. You know, I know times are different now, but $8 for a book is just not what I'm willing to spend. There were so many variants. I mean, it's going to be one of those things. It's going to go crazy for the first couple of days. And then unless there's some major thing that happens in that book, I don't see that book going crazy. So, I mean, if you want to get it, hey, I'm not going to say you're a bad person. I'm not going to say you're wrong. You have the entitlement to do that. So please don't hate on me just because I choose not to get it. I'm just sharing my opinion. I don't like the way the prices are going, so you won't see that here. But the good thing is, I'm sure on many other comic book channels, you'll see the book. So if you want to get it, hey, more power to you. All right, so we got 3 books left. These are all #1s. I like to tend to support some of the, you know, like the Images of the world and the Boom Studios and some of the more independent companies than companies that are taking advantage with way too many variants and too high a price. So for those of you who like, you know, the other book companies getting a chance, you know, I show more support for them here. But this, let me see what company. This is from Titan Comics. This is Life is Strange, issue #1. It has almost an apocalyptic feel to it. Titan is pretty decent with their, at least especially with their paper quality. A very simplistic cover. Doesn't really give you an idea. It kind of almost has a apocalyptic kind of look to it, but obviously you won't know until you read it. But it's a $3.99 price tag and worth giving a shot on. Next up is by Image Comic. They had 3 different variations of this book. I like this one the best. I'm not sure what this is about, obviously, because I haven't had the chance to read it yet. But Image, you know, these days, if Image comes out with a comic, it seems to come with a automatic, somebody claims them to make a TV or a movie. So, who knows? It's probably just a matter of time. Like 30 seconds within a book being made from Image, somebody's claiming it to make a TV show or a movie. So whether that happens or not, who knows? But again, for $3.99, it is worth taking the chance on. Love this cover. It's almost got like a Todd McFarlane kind of look to it. Obviously, that is not Todd McFarlane, but obviously who made it, who drew it, has that kind of influence. The other covers, you know, they weren't spectacular. I just like this one the most because it just seemed the most colorful, so I enjoyed that. And last but not least, I really like this one, and, you know, kudos for Marvel doing a $3.99 #1. This is Black Order, issue #1. This is one of the variants. I just absolutely love that cover. Again, it's one of those, it's very simplistic, but less is more. So, like I said, you know, if this would have been $4.99, I wouldn't have picked it up. To me, it's the principle, because obviously if you see the books that I get, I mean, I can't afford $4.99. I mean, it's not going to bankrupt me, but it's the principle. I don't want to be paying extra for less of a book. I mean, look at a Golden Age book and compare it to a Modern Age book. This would be like 1/16 of a Golden Age book. I mean, back in those days, if you had a book less than 45 pages, you know, it was considered a short story. And they didn't have, you know, 30 pages of ads and everything like they do today. So, I mean, I would rather sacrifice some of the paper quality to get a better story, a bigger story, and keep the prices down. So I will give credit where credit is due. So Marvel's Black Order, issue #1. A couple of different variants, obviously, in Marvel fashion. They're not going to print just one copy of something. But that variant looks really nice for $3.99, worth getting. So those are the books, but stick around because I have 3 boxes that I'm going to show you. Let me get a piece of paper that I can write on because I will tabulate the scores. So here's my piece of paper. So before you vote, I'm going to do, you have 3 different choices. Now, like I said, 2 of the 3 are either grails or a key issue. So there is no middle ground one today, and there is only one dud. So if you pick the dud today, you only have yourself to blame. So Johnny Future says, Chris, did you get the variant for Superman 5? Homage to Superman 32 Lightning cover. I did not. I mean, I'm not that much into the modern covers these days. I mean, I think they just, because again, they're going overboard with it. So, I mean, if you think that's a good book to get, by all means, please get it. But I'm not really that much into the DC universe regardless. It's just not my preference. And for those of you who love the cat, this is Oregon. He wanted to come by. When he hears me talk, he loves coming in. So, I mean, if it's a book that you think is worth getting, by all means, please do. But just not my cup of tea. All right, so Lo says 69 people watching and only 11 thumbs up. Well, that's all right. Better 11 thumbs up than 11 thumbs down. So I'm sure, you know, I appreciate what anybody's willing to do. But let's get into it. So I'm going to show you the 3 boxes, and then you get to pick between box number 1, box number 2, or box number 3. Please only vote once and talk amongst yourselves. Work as a team. So here we go. Here is box number 1. Whoever made this taped the living daylights out of it. I mean, there's tape all over the place. I don't know what they were thinking. But this one was a little bit crushed. As you can see, Post Office does a wonderful job mailing these comics out. But overall, looks like it's in good condition. So whatever's inside should be okay. So that's box number 1. Box number 2, typical fashion of the United States Postal Service. Box is pretty crushed. More crushed on this side, but I won't show this side because it shows an address. But overall, as you can see, it doesn't look like whatever's inside would be damaged. And that's why I always tell people, make sure you put them in boxes, and you tell people to put them in boxes. So, box number 3 is going to look very similar to box number 2, only this box is in really good shape. As you can see, there are no dents or dings at all. So, this is either one of the duds that I mentioned, or the UPS actually, or USPS, actually treated a box with respect. Go figure. How crazy. So, you saw all 3 boxes. Please do not vote until I tell you to. So, anybody that voted now, please make sure you talk amongst yourselves. And don't forget wait until the end, because I always do today's surprise subscriber shout-out. If you want to be one, all you have to do is comment often, catch my attention. So, you ready? Here we go. Start voting, and we'll start opening. All right, so we're going with box number 3 right off. So you're going with the nice clean box. All right, so here we go. You guys are not talking amongst yourselves, so as usual, the votes are going to be all over the place. You can't pick one or you can't pick 2. It's only 1. So you said box 1 first, so we're going to use that as your vote. And remember, only vote once. All right, so people, yeah, I was going to say box 2 is not getting any love, but all of a sudden, all right. Box 3, my lord. I like that one. Jose Reyes, you got today's surprise subscriber shout-out. If you can make me laugh in a comment like that when I'm not expecting it, you definitely deserve that shout-out. But I'll give another one, but you're getting a bonus one. So, an ex-Mets shortstop is here today. How awesome is that? All right, so what I will tell you at this point, do not waste your vote on number 3 because there's only 2 votes for it. So it's either going to be box number 1 or box number 2. So if you vote box number 3, you're basically wasting your vote. So we'll take 3 more at this point. So if you haven't voted yet, please do. Tracy says 66% chance and 2 are priority. He thinks we'll choose them and he'll put the key in box number 1. Box number 1 is a hit. All right, well, Tracy, if they pick 1, we will find out. All right, so we got 1 more vote that we can take. Okay, so the winner is box number 1. So you're going with the fact that because these 2 boxes are the same, you're afraid that one of these could be the dud, which is a decent way of thinking. But now we're going to find out if Tracy and the Tracyettes are going to be right or wrong. Now, obviously, there's not going to be any socks in it, because like I said, I will not repeat a dud. But that can't mean that sometime in the future there may be other clothing items. Who knows? Maybe a cat toy down the line. I mean, there's been some interesting duds. Last week, you guys picked an unboxing of a slipper. So that's always nice. At least the slipper was fairly clean. So if you haven't seen the Key or Duds, I have a playlist. I hope you check them out, because they are a lot of fun to do. All right, so you guys ready? It says, Dr. Von Chilla says, I get my best books in weirdly boxed books. Yeah, I know what you mean by that. All right, so, more tape. You guys know how much I love when they over-tape the living garbage out of this. All right, so you guys chose a package of Honey Lemon Cough Drops. So congratulations, for the second week in a row, I was able to get you guys to pick the dud, because I use sometimes reverse strategy in knowing that you guys will assume that because two of the boxes are the same, that you will assume one of those is the dud. So with me knowing that, I got you guys to pick the odd person out. So congratulations, you picked Honey Lemon Cough Drops from the wonderful store of 7-Eleven. These are graded, these will be individually graded. I would say these are at least a 9.2 to a 9.6. And what I'm going to do, let's see. Tracy is best says, today's lesson, never listen to a thing I say. Well, then we can't listen to what you just said right there. So how could anybody not listen to what you say if you tell them to not listen to what you say? So that's technically what they call an oxymoron. So they should listen to what you say, because if you told them not to listen, they wouldn't be able to listen to what you wrote now, telling them not to listen. So that could drive a person insane. But because I'm a nice guy and I totally love the fact that I get you guys, I'm going to open one of the boxes that has one of the keys, which also proves that I'm not stuffing them with a whole bunch of the, whatchamacallit, duds. So, box number one, this is box number one, this is box number two. You guys pick really quick. The first 3 votes will determine which one I open. So, box number 2, box number 1. 3 people vote right now and we'll open one up. Alright, so we got 2, 2, and 2, and 2. So I would assume that 2 will win. Alright, so we will save the other box for another time. But see, what a gracious host I am. That even though, and that happened last week too, that even though you guys picked yet again, I was able to trick you guys into picking the dud. I'm still being nice enough to show you one of these, because I think, honestly, these are books that I want to show anyway. I don't want to keep in boxes for too long. And also keep in mind, I switch things around a lot. So a box you may have seen before may have something else in it. Alright, this is some interesting wrapping that they did for this book. And, of course, in typical fashion, this is weird. Alright, but at least anything, I will make sure every now and then. Now, I'm not going to do this every time. You guys got to... Remember, I said work as a team. And you guys don't talk to each other. Communication is key. But this one, I will tell you, is the last of the stolen books that back in 2001 when my Grails and key issues was stolen. This is the last one that I've been trying to get back for the longest time. Now, of course, in typical fashion, it's a little bit lower grade, but I don't care. It's definitely lower than what I got it for, and back in the days, I probably spent about $5 on this book. It actually looks pretty darn good. Here we go. So this is the other book. Here we go. So we have Green Lantern, issue number 7, which of course is the first Sinestro, which if you saw the Green Lantern movie, that was just like the Galactus of its time. You know, they made this really puffy cloud, but it did include a head. Now, this is a very expensive book. but worth getting. So get this book, because they are eventually going to do the reboot of the Green Lantern. I hope they do it justice this time. And you know, eventually they will probably have Sinestro back. I don't think the first time they will, because then they're just repeating the villain. But I think because that's one of the key villains in the Green Lantern series, it would just be a matter of time, provided the first one is a success. So it will be a while from now, which means you have plenty of time to buy this book. But even in low grade, this book's like $200. But you guys know me, I don't pay the the highest price, even at the lowest end. I would say this is probably a 3.0 to a 3.5, because it might be hard to see, but there is a subscription crease that breaks color down the middle. So at the absolute highest, the highest this could ever be is a 5.0. So if you have a subscription crease that breaks color all the way down the middle, the absolute highest grade it could get is a 5.0. But of course, you know, I have to look through the book. I have to check everything. But overall, it presents really well. It does have a little bit of a color loss right in the corner. But overall, not bad. I would say at least a 3.5 to a 4.0, which I'll be very happy with for the price I paid. Because in that price, this is a couple of $100s. I won it with shipping and handling for $94.99. So it shows that deals can be found even in key issues. It's just a matter of time and a matter of patience. So you can see a little bit of wear right there. So there's a little bit of a color break. You can see the spine looks pretty darn good. If it wasn't for that subscription crease, this would be in a much higher grade. So, not bad at all. I'd be happy with a 3.0. I mean, let's look up Green Lantern on GoCollect.com and see what a 3.0 would be worth. So that's where I mostly check prices of comics. It's called GoCollect.com if you're not familiar with it. All right, so Green Lantern number 7. A 0.5 is worth valued at $70. So I paid about the price of a 1.0, which is 85. So if this was a 3.0, it would be worth about 260. If it's a 4.0, it's worth about 300. And it's the same for a 4.5. So I definitely think I got my money's worth for this book. Even at a 3.0, considering I spent under $100 for this book. So it does show that deals can be found. And also, for the second time, you could see I'm not making 3 boxes worth of duds. So I do keep it fair and keep it honest. So if you're just tuning in, I'm about to do today's surprise subscriber shout out. But just to show, yet again, I was able to fool people. And they found the box that revealed the wonderful, made by Image Comics, the 9.2 bag of Honey Lemon Cough Drops. So I got you 2 weeks in a row. Very happy about that. Next time, if you get a dud, I'm not going to open one of the other books, so be very careful. You don't want to have 3 weeks in a row that this happens. So let's go into today's surprise subscriber shout-out. And hopefully, if you're not a subscriber, I will earn your subscription. So make sure you also hit the notification button, because I noticed that my views have gone down lately, which means one of two things. Either you guys are sick and tired of my videos, or YouTube is not giving notifications. So I make videos at least 3 times a week. It's very rare that I go more than 2 days without making a video. So if you don't see a video within 3 days, that means YouTube's not giving you a notification. So please make sure you check my channel frequently, if, of course, you like my videos. So I'm going to give today's surprise subscriber shout out because their thumbnail just stood out to me. Jose Barrera, if you are still here, you are today's surprise subscriber shout out. And as always, I really appreciate each and every one of you. I mean, the amount of people that are involved in the chats is always amazing. You guys are always friendly. I mean, I think I have to block a person maybe once every 20 live shows, and not even that. So it gives credit to all of you. Ramses Osorio says, how about a shout out for the 2 that chose number 3? You know what? Let me see. That's good advice. Let me see who actually picked number 3. Let's see. Jose Reyes, because he did say box 3, but he said box 3, my lord. Jose Barrera says 3. So actually, that's how funny is that? The 2 people that picked number 3, I already gave out the shout-outs. But let me see if there was somebody else. Florence did pick 3, so there were 3 votes. Escargot T30 picked 3. Sith Lord picked 3. And Jose, you picked 3 twice. Shame on you. You did that twice. But that's all right. It's not like you're going to get punished. We can't take back the shout-out. Let's see. Ramses picked box 3. Escargot, I think I said, which means he picked twice. Shame on you people breaking the rules. And that was it. So there you go. So a lot of people picked, but it was nowhere near what 1 and 2 was. So you guys did go all collaborate and pick the dud. I did show you the other book, just to be kind for you guys. That is Green Lantern, issue number 7, first Sinestro. Paid $99.49, which includes shipping and handling. I hope you have a great day when you go get your comics at the comic book store. Don't settle for less. Make sure they earn your money. Don't just overspend just to say you have a book, because remember, you can always get it some other time. And don't forget, it is not you. It is not I. It's We Love Comics. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next video. Have a great day.